So you're catching me at the beginning of my very first art project, and I don't know how colorful it's going to be. Because when I asked for some suggestions on what I should paint, because goodness knows I'm not an artist and I would have no idea. And it was suggested that I paint my emotions at the moment, what I was feeling, just using shapes and colors and forms. Well, what I'm feeling right now is grief. And I'm not going to get into the whys and wherefores of why that is the particular emotion I'm feeling at the moment. But it seemed like a good suggestion. It seemed like it might be therapeutic. I don't know how colorful it's going to be. I mean, grief is not colorful, so I suspect it's going to be the usual combinations of black and gray that normally surround me in my little world. But perhaps we shall see. So I have the heart, and I'm thinking the heart my heart is breaking at the moment is what it's doing. So I don't know how to show that really. I don't know. Let's see. How do you show a broken heart? I'm not really sure. Now, before all of you go off on some little tangent, no, my husband and I are fine. Okay, so that's not it. Okay, that's not it. So don't be jumping to conclusions. There are other reasons for heartbreak besides. I didn't want to do that. Let's hope I can paint over that, because that wasn't supposed to be there. That was definitely not supposed to be there, but anyway. But yes, the husbands and I are fine. My favorite cat is dying, if that makes you all feel a little more at ease. And I know that's probably not like a big deal to many of you, but to me it's heartbreaking. I rescued him when he was a baby. And he's been with me ever since. I just need this to be little tiny lines. Why can't I just want little tiny lines. I guess I don't have a small enough brush. Oh my gosh, what have I done? Can I wipe that off? I hope you're not recording that. I guess you're not. Never mind. I didn't get to... I almost made a mess. Almost made a mess. Because again, I'm not an artist in any way, shape, or form. And this is my first time actually painting something without... I've done like the painting with a twist kind of things, if you're familiar with those, and they are fun. But you pretty much have somebody standing behind you telling you everything to do, and mine still don't ever look quite right. So this is my first time actually painting something on my own that's supposed to be demonstrating how I feel at the moment. And again, like I said, I don't think there's going to be a whole lot of color in it except for maybe the pink heart, but I suppose I could try to put the cat in it to show what that I'm despondent over my cat, but I don't know that I know how to paint a cat. In fact, I know I don't know how to paint a cat. It's horrible having these little fur babies that come into your life and you love them and then they leave you. And there's a possibility, a slim one, that he may survive. I mean, we're throwing all the money we have at it. The vet was told do whatever is necessary. So maybe, but it's it's bobcat fever, which is almost always fatal. I don't know how he got it. We do what we can to keep the ticks off him and everything. It's carried by ticks, and we do everything humanly possible to keep the ticks off him, so I don't know how he got it. All it takes is one little bite, though, I guess, so. So I don't know. Okay, so broken heart. What else signifies grief? I don't know. I'm so... I don't want to heap it full of color because grief is not colorful. Even though this is supposed to be a year of color channel, I don't want it to be. It's not colorful. My grief is not colorful. So I'm thinking some gray. Gray in the background. Let's try not to do too much. Gotta find some gray. I think I have gray, so I'm going to have to try and mix it, because as you saw from the pink, mixing is not my strongest suit either. This is actually rather too big a brush, that's what it is. Need a smaller brush. Where's my painting with a twist gal to help me here? To tell me what I'm supposed to be painting. Okay. Let's do some gray around the... And then maybe I can paint over that splotchy mark. There we go. I guess I need to just heap it on there. Why is this not looking like her paint? It's acrylic paint like she uses. Something's not the same. Something's not the same. Seems awfully watery, and I haven't watered it down. Alright, who knows? Maybe that's good though, because it's coming out to be very gray, and that's what I wanted. runny as heck. Something's not right. All you artsy people out there that paint, tell me what I'm doing wrong here, because it's very runny and it's coming straight out of the container, so I don't know why it would be so runny. I mixed it up and everything. I thought maybe I didn't mix it up more. Maybe not enough. Let's do it a little bit more just to be safe. Is that less runny now? Yes, that was it. Apparently I just hadn't mixed it up enough. Okay. That's good. We will keep it going. Ugh, and I'm making a heck of a mess on my desk. I better wipe that off or my husband will kill me. And rightfully so. I have the little easel up, as you can see, but still. My little painting with a twist gal will tell you that I cannot paint without making a mess. When I'm at her studio, it was always a mess. I throw myself wholeheartedly into everything I do, apparently. If I cook, the kitchen looks like a bomb went off. And when I paint, there's paint everywhere. But that's just how it is, I guess. I throw myself into everything with abandon, even painting my grief, apparently. I hate white edges, so I'll paint the edges. This gets to sit on my little easel and dry anyway, so it'll be fine. My goodness, I'm going to have to take a bath after this is all over. I have like more paint on my hands than I do on the canvas. Well, I can already see if I'm going to actually paint, I'm going to need better equipment. But like I said, I wasn't really planning to paint today. I was just... This is a combination of therapy and just some suggestions, and anyway, was not planning to be my first art project, but it just seemed like now was the time, and it seemed like I needed to do this. I'm not really good at expressing emotions, if that makes... which I'm sure a lot of you already know. If you know me, you know I'm not real good at that. I keep things pretty well bottled up. So painting my grief at the moment seemed like a good idea. Okay. I think more something, more something, more something, more something, more something. Let's see what else. More something. How about, I don't know, how about more something? I don't know what though. I'm looking at all the colors I have here and I'm trying to figure out what else and shapes and what else. I'm gonna have to go to an actual art store and buy paint, apparently. Because apparently what I have is not sufficient, which was to be expected. Like I said, I'm not a painter, so I don't have all the requisite equipment. I'm thinking it needs more than just the gray, so like maybe, I don't know, something. Like, I don't know. I wish my little gal was here to help me if I do something and I don't like it. How do I get rid of it? Like, I don't know. How about well, those are supposed to be looking like cloud type things, but that's not really working very well, is it? Anyway, so we'll just do this whole side like this then, because by now. Oh, now we're mixing some stuff in. Okay. Oh, yeah, there we go. Now we're looking like some stuff. Sort of. Sort of. Can I do some more and a little darker across the top maybe? I don't know. I'm not sure how that would work, but let's find out. I'm so artistic. And so let's find out. How bad can it look? For all of you watching expecting color, I'm sorry. This is actually very therapeutic, though. I'm glad I followed through with the suggestion. I'm holding out hope that my little cat will be okay. And if it's not, then I'm just trusting that it was a little stray that we rescued. We actually found him in a stack of pallets behind a business. And he followed me. He followed me across the parking lot. And I definitely didn't need another cat, but I grabbed him because he was walking across the parking lot behind me, and I was afraid he was going to get killed. So I snagged him and brought him home. And we've had him for the last 3 years. That did not look like I wanted. Can I try spreading it out some? Oh, there we go. That works a little better. And he's been such a good cat. Even though he was a stray, he obviously belonged to somebody at the time, because somebody must have just thrown him. He was just a baby, but somebody must have thrown him out. He was such a good, he just moved right in and made himself at home. And he's never been in any trouble. He's such a good kitty. So I'm just going to trust that he's going to recover. And we're going to do everything we can to help him recover. And if he wasn't, then we were meant to have him for the time we had him. And that's enough. And even though I'm going to miss him terribly, it will be enough. Anyway, I am not going to say it. Good grief, the suggestion was right. I'm actually shedding tears in public, which I never do. Tears, I need tears. How do you paint tears? What color are tears? What color are tears? I have no idea. What color are tears? I guess we'll just mix up some color until I see something that looks what I consider to be tear colored. Let's see what happens. Okay. What else? Oh my goodness. Okay. I have the tears under control. Thank you for being patient. And now I have to figure out what color tears are, because I think I need some tears in my painting. And I have to figure out where to put them. I have to figure out what they look like, because I have no idea. How do you paint tears? I guess it doesn't matter. It's supposed to be how I see things and how I'm feeling and my shapes and my whatever. So my interpretation. So I guess we'll just do that. Tears look like raindrops? I don't know. How do you paint a raindrop even? That does not look like tears. Oh well, it's gonna have to do. That's all I got. Well, that looks even worse. Okay. You know why I never went to art school? I don't think tears fall in perfect little things of 5 either. That looks bad. Oh well. I'm not good at making things. I have to cover some of those up, I think. I will cover some of those up with something. Oh my goodness, that's awful. The ones on the bottom look a little better. The ones on the top look bad. I gotta paint over those. Those look terrible. We'll paint over those with something. Something. We'll mix them in with something. Something. Yeah, if you're coming to this channel thinking you were going to get like an art channel, surprise. Okay. Surprise. And you know what? I don't really care. This is being actually very therapeutic. I actually cried. Which, like I said, for those of you who know me, know that I don't cry. It's just not something to do. Do I need more tears? I think so. Let's see if I can make them a little more scattered this time instead of... I know those don't look like tears. Those look terrible. Oh well, it is what it is. It's just not my thing. What else do we need? It still looks kind of bare, I think. I don't know. What else do we need? Where's my other little brushy thing? Maybe we need some. We need some. I don't know what we need. We need something. Definitely need something. Just don't know what yet. I'm figuring it out. Give me a minute here. I'm figuring it out. Oh my God. I I just realized I set my arm in some paint. That was grand. I was like, what the heck is that? Water? Nope, it's paint. I'm gonna have to take a bath after this. Not sure how I did that. Every so often my little Chihuahua Min Pin cross snores. She's very old and very blind, and she's so quiet that half the time I forget she's up here with me. Every once in a while, though, she'll snort or breathe and remind me that even with my cat gone, I don't know what the heck that's supposed to be, but it just feels like it's supposed to be there. I don't know. It looks kind of like lightning. Do you have lightning when you're grieving? I don't know. I don't. But anyway, she'll snore or move or something to remind me that even with the loss, I still am surrounded by so much love. I've got my little Chihuahua Min Pin. I got the little dudes. I got a couple of other cats that have been here forever that were also strays. Just about everything we have in this house is a rescue. I don't know. So even I want that to like taper. How do you make things taper? I need an art class apparently. It's not going to happen, but it would be probably beneficial. Oh, there we go. It's kind of tapery. But I'm surrounded by so much love. Cats and dogs, and of course my husband, who is my rock in all things. Kids and grandkids. Amazing friends. And you all know how much faith I have, so through all else, I have my faith. So, does that look like a big long tear? That was the idea. That was the idea. Oh, you can't see. I'm just looking at and realized you can't see. Oh, well. All right. Well, it'd be cool if I could paint a pool of water. I wonder if I could paint a pool of water. How do you paint water? Nah, we're not going to mess with that. I can already tell that's not going to look right. We'll just put the We'll just put the gray back in there. Maybe we'll just put like a little. Oh, maybe there we go, like a little pool. Oh, things you learn trying to cover up other things. That looks kind of like a little pool of water, maybe. Maybe if you really imagine really hard. Oh, okay. So now that I'm almost done, I'll tell you the name of my little. She doesn't run painting with a twist. She runs a thing called Paint Your Power, and she's the one who occasionally convinces me that I need to come and paint with her. Her name's Lachelle Rayanne McBride, and she would be laughing her tail off right now if she could see this. But it served its purpose. It made me cry and get all of that emotion out. You know, I just don't like those blue things. I wonder if I can, like, just squiggle them out. There we go. I just don't like them. She taught me that no matter how bad it looks, you can always obliterate it and do something different. So that's what we're doing, because I don't like those. Well, there we go. I think we're done. I don't think I could put anything else in there. I think we're done. Besides, I've made a heck of a mess. But it served its purpose. It's not very colorful. So there's that. So if you were hoping for my year of color to actually be color, surprise. And it's not very artistic, but if you were expecting me to be an artist, again, I think I reminded you all in the beginning that was not going to be. But it was extremely therapeutic. So I'm glad that the suggestion was made to paint my emotions at the time, because I have released a lot of grief and sadness over my cat, and now I'm just kind of filled with hope that he'll be okay. And if he's not, acceptance of the fact that he's at the vet and he's not going to suffer, and that he's had 3 good years with us, which are way longer than he would have had as a little kitten, living in a pallet behind a business. So, I'm all good now. Thank you for watching. Sorry this wasn't a little more upbeat and colorful. Next time. But if you did get anything out of this, if you're feeling like maybe this would be helpful to you, sit down and grab a brush and some paints and whatever you have and just paint your emotions, paint what you're feeling, put it on canvas or paper or whatever, because it really did help. It really did. And don't be afraid. Just do it. So if you got anything out of this, please comment, like, share, do all the stuff. And we'll see you in the next video, which I promise will be way more upbeat and colorful.